Imagine a mother giving birth to a child who would change the world forever. Now, imagine that mother being the one chosen by God to be the mother of his Son. This child, born in humility, would be the Savior of all humanity. Today, we celebrate the birth of that mother, the Blessed Virgin Mary, on the feast of the Nativity of Mary. But why do Catholics honor this day, and what does it mean for our faith? The birth of Mary is a significant moment in the history of salvation, though the scriptures do not provide us with detailed accounts of her birth. Yet, the Church holds this feast because Mary's birth marked the beginning of God's incredible plan to redeem the world. In the book of Genesis, God promises to send a Savior, and that Savior would come through the lineage of Mary. In a sense, the birth of Mary is the beginning of God's fulfillment of that promise. In the Catholic faith, we recognize Mary not just as the mother of Jesus, but as a key figure in God's plan of salvation. From the moment of her conception, Mary was chosen by God to be pure and sinless, to carry the Son of God within her. In the dogma of the Immaculate Conception, the Church teaches that Mary was conceived without original sin, so she could be a worthy vessel to bear Christ. Her purity and sinlessness are a sign of God's perfect preparation for the coming of his Son. The Feast of the Nativity of Mary is more than just a birthday celebration. It's a reminder of the importance of God's plan, how he uses the humble and the ordinary to bring about extraordinary grace. By honoring Mary's birth, Catholics honor God's choice of her to fulfill his divine will. As we reflect on her life, we are called to remember her total surrender to God's will and her complete trust in him. In her yes, her fiat, she said, "Let it be done to me according to your word," Luke 1 verse 38. This simple yet profound act of obedience changed everything. Mary is not just the mother of Jesus, she is also our mother. Jesus, from the cross, gave us his mother when he said to John, "Behold your mother," John 19 verse 27. As Catholics, we honor Mary because she intercedes for us, guiding us to her Son. Just as she said yes to God's plan, we are invited to say yes to God in our own lives. Her life is a model for us in how to live faithfully, humbly, and with love for God and others. On the Feast of the Nativity of Mary, we are invited to reflect on Mary's role in our own spiritual journey. This day reminds us that God's plan for us begins with the smallest moments, just as Mary's life began with her humble birth. Mary, who was born to be the mother of the Savior, teaches us how to listen to God's call and respond with open hearts. She shows us the path to holiness through her own life of prayer, humility, and obedience. For those new to the faith, it's important to understand that honoring Mary is not about worshiping her as God, but about recognizing the special place she holds in God's plan. As Catholics, we honor Mary because she is the perfect example of how to follow Christ. She points us to Jesus and shows us how to live a life of love and devotion to God. So, why do Catholics honor the Feast of the Nativity of Mary? It's a day to celebrate God's work in the world, to honor Mary's role in that plan, and to reflect on how we can imitate her faithfulness. Let this feast be a reminder that God can use anyone, no matter how humble, to accomplish his great work. And through Mary's intercession, we are called to draw nearer to Jesus, our Savior.